Hello everybody, my name is Sophie and welcome to my book nook. As I am filming this, it is December 31st, the last day of 2020. Hallelujah. I just finished reading my last book of the year, and so that means I now know what my top 5 books of 2020 are. If y'all have been around for a while, you would remember that at the beginning of 2020, I did my top 5 books of 2019, which you can find right here. Yep, there it is. Go check that out. And so obviously I'm going to do that again because I did read a lot of books. My Goodreads total, I believe, said 57 last I looked, so I believe it should be up to 59 now because I need to add 2 books. So 59 books, 3 of those are rereads, so that's pretty good. Like 56, 55 new books this year. That's a lot. That's more than I was expecting to read because I'm just so busy. I have work, I have school, I have life. But I read a lot of books and I read a lot of really good books. My average rating I think was 4 stars. I read very few books that were less than 4 stars. A few 3 stars here and there. And a bunch of 5-star books. There were just so many good ones, and I will be doing some more videos. I'm gonna do one that's talking about other books that I liked that maybe didn't make my top 5 but were still really good, so there will be more videos recommending books coming to you soon. I also have a lot of plans for 2021 that I want to talk to you guys about as well, so keep an eye out for those in the coming weeks. Alright, so let's just dive into this. Let's get started with my number 5 book of 2020, which would be The Shadows by Alex North. Now, if you've been around here, you probably heard me talking about The Whisper Man by Alex North last year. This is the book that came out in 2020. It's slightly a sequel to The Whisper Man, but not completely. It's set in the same universe, there's the same detectives, but this is a different story. It's about this guy named Paul Adams who he left his town as soon as he possibly could because 20 years ago there was this really bad murder. It was his friends and they killed his other friend, and it was gruesome. But Paul has to come back because his mom is dying, and then some other weird stuff happens. Another kid dies in the same way that Paul's friend did all those years ago. And there's also something else. The friend that killed his other friend, Charlie Crabtree, they never caught him. They never found him. So what's going on now? Alex North writes really creepy books, but they're not super creepy. I wouldn't call them horror, I would call them thriller, mystery, that kind of stuff. You know how much I love mysteries. I don't like horror, so this obviously isn't horror. It's creepy, it's not scary, and that's okay with me. I can handle creepy, I don't do scary. But this book, it's just edge of your seat the whole time. The twists are, looking back, when you look back on them, you can see the things, but leading up to it, you don't realize it, and I like that. I tend to be good at figuring out what's going on, and I like to be surprised every once in a while. And it's just really entertaining. There's a lot of character depth, a lot of backstory, a lot of back and forth between what's happening now and what happened then. It's just really good. Oh, it's multiple perspective as well, which you know me. I love multiple perspective. It was just very interesting. Very good. Highly would recommend. Check out The Whisper Man, which I have a review somewhere. So I'll find that. I'll put it up here. And definitely check out The Shadows by Alex North. Number 4, book of 2020. The Happy Ever After playlist by Abby Jimenez. I also have a review of this, so go check that out. This is the sequel to The Friend Zone. However, this book was written first. It is about Sloane Monroe, who is the best friend of the main character in The Friend Zone. And I can't really tell you too much about this book without spoiling The Friend Zone. But this book is Sloane's story. It is essentially her getting her happy ending. But there's a lot that goes on in this book, and it's so good. It talks a lot about grief. It deals with some heavy topics, but that's what Abby Jimenez does. The Friend Zone talks a lot about infertility and that kind of stuff, and other things that then lead into this book, and it's just so good. I cried, I laughed, There's some things in here that I had to mark because I just thought they're just so darn cute. I love multiple perspective. I love seeing the characters from the friend zone. I loved watching two characters fall in love. Abby Jimenez is what got me into liking romance novels, so yeah. It's such a good book though. Highly would recommend. If you want to know more, check out the review that I have because I go a lot more into depth there with also still kind of keeping it not spoilery, but there are some spoilers, but I tell you when to skip there. I don't know. It's a really cute romance novel. The love interest is a musician, which is cool. It's like a famous musician. There's also a dog. Gotta love dogs. It's just very good. So go check that out. My number 4 book of 2020. Book number 3, top number 3 book. Getting close, we're halfway there. Felix Ever After by Casey Calendar. This book, you guys. This book. This book made me feel so many things. It was so good. It was so incredibly written, and it just, you know, I'm sure you guys have heard about this book before. Like it's everywhere, at least everywhere on Twitter. Alright, so Felix Love has never been in love, which is ironic considering, you know, love. He desperately wants to know what it's like and why it seems so easy for everyone but him to find someone. What's worse is that even though he is proud of his identity, Felix also secretly fears that he's one marginalization too many, black, queer, and transgender to ever get his own happily ever after. So, this book is great because it deals with a lot of things, and it also shows how, you know, sometimes we humans suck. Like, there are some times in this book when Felix really sucks, but then there's also some times where, the whole plot of this book is that Felix is trying to get revenge against somebody he isn't even sure is the person who actually did the thing that he's trying to get revenge for. But, you know, it just shows it's human. It's a very human book, and it just is so beautifully written. It just so captures all kinds of things, and even though, like, Felix and I are not a lot alike, there are still so many things that he feels that I relate to. And so I love this book. I can't really capture into words right now exactly how much I liked about it, but you should go read my Goodreads review, which all of the reviews for these books all my Goodreads reviews will be in the description box, so go check that out if you want to know more. This is just a really incredible book. Really, really, really incredible, and I loved it so much, and it's so beautiful, the cover. Like, you guys need to go read it. Casey Calendar is an incredible author. I love their writing. I can't wait to read more. I think they're coming out with another book soon. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. I don't know. I can't remember. But you guys need to read Felix Ever After. I'm begging you, please. So yeah, book number 3. Alright. You guys have hopefully heard me talking about this one before. I'm pretty sure I talked about it before. So, my number 2 book of 2020. I had to reread my number 2 and my number 1 book, like, this past week to find out which one really is the best, because they're both, like, really, really close. And so, my number 2 book of 2020 is Chosen Ones by Veronica Roth, the author of Divergent. Chosen Ones are about, as you can guess, chosen ones, except it's about what happens after the big bad is defeated. And so it captures, like, them and how they're feeling and how you would be affected if you literally were plucked from your life, put into the fight of your life, and barely made it out alive. And then you have to deal with all that for the next 10 years, 15 years, something like that. And, like, these characters have PTSD, they have anxiety, like, they have a lot. You deal with all that, but it also is, like, this really cool story, too, and the plot is so good. And it kind of, like, your mind kind of, like, melds a little bit. Like, there's magic, and I love the magic system in this book. I love the world building. There's all kinds of, like, secret, like, files or newspaper articles or book excerpts, all kinds of things that add to the world building in this story, and it's so good. And the characters have so much depth. All of them, especially, Sloane. It's another Sloane. Yeah, I just realized that. But it's just so good. Like, it's about 400 pages long, I think. Almost 400 pages long. Yeah, a little over 400 pages. And it doesn't stop, at least for me. It just keeps going. It keeps getting better. It's kind of like edge of your seat. And like the ending is it's hopeful. It's like another one of those hopeful endings. But it's kind of like, what did I just read? It's so good. So, number 2 book of the year. Chosen Ones by Veronica Roth. Guys, please go read it. Get it from your library. Buy it if you have the money to. Just read it, please. You're not gonna regret it. If you like adventure, if you like, it's kind of like contemporary superheroes, contemporary fantasy sort of, like more contemporary than fantasy. It's so good. That's all I can say. It's really, really good. And my top book of the year, which I don't have a hardcover copy because I don't know where it went. I thought it was over there, but I might have packed it away. So I'm gonna put a picture right here. But it is The Serpent King by Jeff Zentner. I know I've talked about this book before. I cannot remember where I talked about this book, but I talked about it somewhere in some video. This book is amazing. Definitely go read my Goodreads review. Basically, it's about these 3 kids. Dillard Early Jr., Lydia Blankenship, and Travis Bohannon. Dill's dad is a preacher for a Pentecostal church that holds serpents and drinks acid. Also, he's in jail now for stuff not even related to that. So Dill's dealing with all that. Lydia has a blog. It's got like 100,000 followers. She's working on applying to NYU and other colleges to get out of their very small Tennessee town. And Travis is a giant person and a giant nerd. I love him. And it's basically, it starts on their, right before their first day of school, their senior year. And it follows them throughout that. And it's 3 different perspectives. You get to see Dill's perspective, Lydia's perspective, and Travis's perspective. And it's so interesting. I guess you could describe it as a contemporary, but it's like deals with all kinds of stuff, because Dill, like, he thinks like, oh, like he has this name because he shares the name of his father, and like his father did all these awful things, and it's like, how can I escape my name? And he has all this like mental health stuff to work through. And there's Travis, and his dad's not a very good person either. And then there's Lydia, and she's got this great family, but she's also gonna be leaving, and she's trying to help her friends, and it's just so good, and it's so heartbreaking, like really heartbreaking, this book. And it's like, you know how you can be like really mad at an author and like really love an author at the same time? That's how I feel about Jeff Zentner. But it's such a good book, and when I reread it, I felt all of the same emotions I did the first time, and I was like, okay, this is it. This is the top book of the year. And it's another book with a hopeful ending. It's not a happy ending, because a happy ending, like everybody would be together and it would all be great. It's not what this book is. But it's a hopeful ending. It's an ending that makes you think, well, alright, tomorrow will hopefully be better for these characters. And those are the kinds of endings I like. So yeah, The Serpent King by Jeff Zentner. Go check it out. Go get it from your library. Buy it if you can. I don't care. Just read it, please. You won't regret it. I can't imagine you'll regret it. So yeah, those are my top 5 books of 2020. It was a really good reading year. And I can't wait to see all the books I will read in 2021. So let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know if you've read any of these books or if you plan on it. And, you know, let me know what your favorite book of 2020 was. I just love to hear from you guys. Yeah. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like listening to me talk about books, you should subscribe to this channel, because that's what I do, among other things. And if you are not already, please follow me on Twitter at Sophie's Book Nook. In the event that I have to mark a video made for kids, you will need to be following me on there to be sure that you know that I made a video. And I think that is it, so I will see you guys next time. Bye!